We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung kính đại đức tăng thịnh, vì thứ pháp hội cấp nhờ thiết chúng sanh. Thịnh chuyên diệu pháp luân giao đạo ngã mùng, như há liêu sanh thoát từ ly khổ đạc lạc, tất chứng vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sa Đan Thô Su Chê Đô Yê Ơ La Hơ Đi San Miao San Pu Tô Xie. Nam mô Tăng Tắc Tha Tô Ya Đa Ya A La Ha Đê Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Gu sheng 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 wei miao fa bai qian万劫难遭遇，我今见闻得受持，愿解如来真实义。O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Jing-liang, Great Master YongHua, all good monks and nuns, and all good no advisors, Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、精良大士、师父上人、各位出家人、各位善知识、Emitofuo. Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Thanh Lương Đại sư Hòa thượng Tiến Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện tri thức ca Như Đạo Phật. Hello everyone, today is the 22nd of March 2024. We're here at Way Mountain Temple to continue discussing the prologue to the Avatamsaka Sutra. Master Jing-liang is the author. We are on slide 780. We're talking about how the ancient Dharma masters, the sages, decided to divide the Buddhists into different types of teaching. So the last group we were looking at are the groups of monks and nuns who advocated that the Buddha Dharma could be classified into 5 types. And the first one of this representative is a Korean monk, I believe. And we went through his 4 classifications, and we're at his 5th one. 5, the teaching of guarding, protecting. That is a great collection of jewel sutra because it speaks of instances of guarding and protecting the proper Dharma.
大集经说守护正法事故。
Okay. Commentary slide 781. And the 5th type, 5th class of teaching according to this Dharma master here he says it's called the teaching regarding protecting. And this is found in a great collection of Jewel Sutra. And because there it talks about guarding and protecting the proper Dharma. Okay? And Master Jing Liang here cuts it short. He says, I'm telling you what, it's actually, it is true that there's a concept of we should charge this up. Of regarding and protecting in the Buddha Dharma, but actually it's this is the wrong way to classify the Buddha Dharma in general. 782. This explanation of names is narrow since all of them mutually have contemplation and practice and so forth.
此事名局以观恨等皆互有故。
Okay, and so 783, he says it's artificial, it's kind of narrow, and basically the delineation is not clean. To classify something as contemplation and practice and so forth is really not unique to any particular sutra. Is all of them are talking about contemplation and practice. Why is that? Contemplation is a core of the Buddha's teaching. Here's what happens in Buddhism. First of all, we teach you about these principles that you don't know, that you cannot comprehend. Okay, there's no way for you to really intellectually understand, okay, with your thinking mind. So that's the only way for us, for all of us, to be able to connect with the Buddha's teaching, the Buddha's wisdom, or our own bared wisdom inside of us, okay, inside our Buddha nature, is to use contemplation. So that's the natural process for us. So this monk here clearly didn't understand, didn't have real wisdom yet. And he classified it wrongly because in every single, throughout the Buddha's teaching, it's all designed two things. For people like him, he should have known better. That number one is that the Buddha presented with us is called something called literary wisdom, meaning that the kind of wisdom that only Buddha sees and we cannot see. So therefore he must document for us. He says, this is what I see, between parentheses, that you cannot see. It's very clear in Buddhism. Okay? You cannot see it, therefore I have to tell you. Okay? And the mistake of the people in the Dharma ending age, that's our times, of the scholars, of the people who love the teaching, they say, wow, I'm so fascinating that I found this secret teachings from the Buddha's vision, which sees a lot broader and bigger than we can. And therefore, they're very excited about it. The scholar is very excited. So this is so beautiful. This is really something that's I cannot think of. And so credit must be given to them in that they're able to value the vast scope and the depth of the Buddha's teaching. Even though intellectually, okay, that's only can perceive intellectually, but they don't quite understand, they only understand the words. They can grasp the words, okay? But problem with that is that in Buddhism, the words are only a means to an end, okay? The words are designed, so the Buddha's teaching, what the Buddha talked about, are designed to help make us curious, and realize that it's not our wisdom. It's the Buddha's wisdom. To hear, it's like very much like if someone tells me something, it's your knowledge, not my knowledge. Therefore, I should not claim to have that knowledge because that would be pleasurism. Yes? Isn't it? And this is what the intellectuals and the people, especially the Buddhists, who are very enamored with it, so they read profusely, voraciously, all the Buddha's teachings, okay, in whatever form they could find. And that's a typical of our age where we like to read those things, that granted, it's a Buddha's wisdom, okay? However, it's not the true Buddha's wisdom. It's only a very shallow form of wisdom that is designed to tell us that our understanding is so shallow. Why is that we must read it from somewhere, okay, before we hear about it? Buddha says, I can see this, okay, and why is that these people, the scholars and the intellectuals and the experienced Buddhists, the very knowledgeable Buddhists, get excited about the information, but they fail to ask themselves the fundamental question. If the Buddha says, you and I are the same, how come you can see it, Buddha, and I cannot see it? That's a fundamental problem that the Buddha challenged us. He says, I can see this, okay? Within parentheses, why can't you? But Buddhas are too polite. They're not like me, who is a lowlife. I have no manners. I'm the one who has to remind you, hey, idiot, when are you going to wake up? Huh? If Buddhas can see it, and all you do is regurgitate it or synthesize it, okay, it's not yours. Let me remind you, if you take the Buddhist teaching and you synthesize, you combine, let's say, with this school, with the other school, okay, of thoughts, chances are that synthesis there is wrong. It's off target. That's what happened to scholars and professors in Buddhology. They try to synthesize it because they're supposed to do that to get the master's degree, to get the PhD degrees, and that's why they all go berserk. They all go off on a tangent. And that's why whatever they write on the papers is actually the same problem in this Dharma master here. They use the intellect instead of doing what the Buddha actually wanted us to do in the first place. Because if you realize that, how come the Buddha can see it and you cannot see it? Then the Buddha says, in order for you to see it, you have to do the next step. Okay? That is contemplation. Okay? So throughout the Buddhist teaching, throughout the Buddha Dharma, the Buddha always encourages us to do contemplation. This is the meaning of this section of Master Ching Lang. And he's too polite. He's not American like I am. Okay? He says, it's too narrow, okay, because you stuck on the words, okay? But actually, you fail to understand the Buddhist intent, which is for us to learn how to use contemplation. What about practice? Practice is the next level. If you use contemplation alone, okay, then you reach the next level of wisdom that transcends your intellect. This is where Master YongHua didn't explain it to us. He says, and this is why you appreciate Master Ching Liang's depth. He says, here's what this Korean monks, where it went wrong. He said he stuck on the words of the Buddhas. And he failed to see that the words of the Buddha has the intention to encourage us to use contemplation and practice. That's what he's saying. From my perspective. Any questions, any problems here? JC.
네. 마스터 죄송합니다. 제가 수행을 잘못해서 큰 문제에 빠졌습니다. 제가 뭘 하든지 항상 죽이겠다, 죽여버리겠다는 생각이 끊이질 않고 앉으나 서나 몸이 많이 아프고 항상 온몸에서 물이 흘러나오는 느낌이 듭니다. 근데 제 생각에, 제 부족한 생각으로는 제 안에 있는 어떤 영적인 존재들이 서로 싸우는 것 같은데 어떻게 저 스스로 해결할 수가 없어서 질문 드립니다.
Master, I think I'm practice in the wrong way, so I have a problem. Always I think about I want to kill it, and then my body is sick, and then I feel that the water coming out from my body, and then spiritual beings are fighting. So I don't know what to do.
I don't understand the problem again. One more time.
I practice wrong, so I have a problem. I always think that I want to kill.
A what?
I want to kill. I want to kill
Kill who?
others.
Like who? Name your neighbor to your left. Who do you want to kill?
For you. So this young gentleman has been consulted with us about this problem. It's not him intending the kind of thoughts. Those kind of thoughts arising regardless what he tried to stop or not. Something is telling him, I want to kill or I'm going to kill you inside his mind.
Kill someone or that someone else wants to kill him. I have to be clear.
그러니까 제 생각에는 저 스스로인 것 같기도 하고 영적인 존재들이 서로를 향해 그러니까 저를 죽이겠다인 것 같아요.
No, it's the other way. So something invisible is telling him that invisible being, hey, I'm gonna kill you, meaning him.
What?
The invisible things are threatening him that they are gonna kill him.
What about him? Does he want to kill anyone in particular? I'm more interested in that. Do you want to kill anyone?
그냥 제 생각엔 저 자신인 것 같습니다.
No? Yes? I mean, yes? Who do you want to kill?
그런 생각은 잘 안 합니다.
He doesn't have any thoughts of killing anybody else besides himself.
Oh, he wants to kill himself. Yes. That's different. So he has the thought to kill himself, and then some thoughts coming from somewhere says they want to kill you, right?
He said that the kind of thoughts of being threatened keep arising inside his mind, and he doesn't know what to do because it won't stop, and his body hurts all over.
Okay. Ooh, this is too serious. Okay. Go see a crazy people doctor. What can we do? That's crazy. Okay. The two schools of thought, can we put it that way? One first school says, let's kill ourselves. The other group is outside, says, I want to kill you. So, which begs the question, which one should we listen to? What would you choose? What would you do? Seriously, I'm very serious. Everyone is have this smirk on their face like masses clowning around again. No, I'm very serious. This is a very serious issue. What would you do? What are we supposed to do? Seven.
Thank you, Master. I think I would be concerned about the thoughts of suicide.
You would?
Yeah, because that is with yourself.
Okay.
Because that's closer than something else, even if it's just invisible being that says it wants to kill you.
Yeah.
If you want to kill yourself,
Yeah.
that's scarier.
That's scary. So what do we do with that thought then? What would you do with that thought, ma'am? He looks happy now. See, we talk about him trying to kill himself, and he looks happy. Yeah? What does it have to do with sutras again? Never mind. Practice. I hear you. It's just making fun of you. Okay? What are you supposed to do with that thought? Anyone, please. 7.
Shouldn't you just drop it?
Okay. Have you tried to kill yourself? That's my first question. Have you tried?
아니, 그 생각이 신경 쓰인다기보다는 그 생각이 든과 동시에 몸을 엄청 아프게 해서 그게 더 힘듭니다.
That thought make my body sick, so that's worse than thought.
What? The thought makes your body sick? No, you're making the wrong connection. What do you do with the thought that says, I want to kill myself? What do you do exactly? Have you tried?
그런 생각이 들 경우에는 결과부자를 하거나 배꼽에 이식을 두거나 그냥 좀 걷습니다.
When the thought arises, I sit in full lotus, I focus on my dantian, or I walk.
Okay. Have you tried killing yourself?
아직 없습니다.
No.
Or even close? Have you taken a knife and, put it near your wrist?
그렇습니다.
No.
How about taking a bottle of aspirin and try to swallow everything, single pill?
그렇습니다.
Almost? I didn't hear any translation.
No, I didn't try.
He didn't try. He said yes?
No.
No or yes?
He didn't try.
안 했습니다.
What? What's the answer? This is serious. Did he try? Did he not? What is the matter with translation?
하지 않았습니다.
He didn't try.
He did not.
Did not.
Did he do anything at all to try to kill himself? Think. Yes or no? No, right? If he has to think so long, that's a no.
한 번도 시도한 적은 없습니다.
I never tried.
You never tried. Very good. There's hope. So I have a suggestion for you. I have a solution for you right away. Okay? Are you listening? Translate this properly. Don't kill yourself. Wait for the ghost to kill you. That's called, what is that called? Practice. Right here. Practice. Practice. Exactly what you've been doing. So why did you say you're doing things wrong? You've been doing practice. That's the solution. If those thoughts arise as someone that injects it in your head, says, I'm going to kill you, I say, okay. Do nothing. Wait for them to kill you. You do nothing. You ignore it. It's like, look at it as, okay, as an example, I don't do anything. Look at it as if there's a dog barking at you. Whatever it's barking, you don't care what it says. Do you understand what dog says to you? The dog says to you when it barks at you? You don't, right? Same thing. Then the ghost says, the thought from a ghost that says, I'm going to kill you. Look at it as a dog barking. You ignore it. That's all. And that is practice. Yeah, what else?
혹시 그 귀신들이 공격할 때 연불 해도 되는지 질문드립니다. 네.
When the ghost attack, can I recite Buddha's name?
You want. When the dog barks at you, is it okay to recite a Buddha's name? You see how insulting I am. I call your ghost, I treat your ghosts like dogs. You see that? I look at ghosts as simply dogs threatening my students. A dog barks at you, what can he do to you? Nothing. Go ahead and bark. Go ahead and threaten me. What are you going to do? See if you can kill me. So therefore, you do nothing. And that is called practice. That's what we've been training you to do. Why do you say again that you're doing something wrong? Just because a dog barks at you, is that your fault? Accept it. If your body aches, and in pain, during meditation, you know actually what's happening? It's healing itself. Do not be like those Hinayana practitioners when they meditate. They expect to be peaceful and feeling good. That's inferior form of meditation. You meditate properly, you should feel that something is wrong in your body because it means you're healing yourself. That is why we call it practice. You have to do it. You don't practice, who's going to heal it for you? Okay, I'm so depressed. Any other questions? Yes, one.
Emitofuo Master. This is a less dire question. May seem simple, but lately, I just kind of trying to find out the best path forward. When trying to sit, my left knee is just not having it at all. And I'm trying to figure out the line of delineation between like pain and injury. And just wondering your opinion, like, is the best path forward to continue to just try to sit or to take a little length of time off?
The left knee not happy describe the unhappiness. It's very much like you have a girlfriend who says, I'm not happy. And what do you do then? I'm asking you.
I don't have a girlfriend.
Let's say a boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't care.
Yeah. Well.
Wife. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
A girlfriend is easier to break up with than this. So.
Are you kidding me? You haven't met the right girl yet.
Evidently, yeah. I'll agree with that.
I would tell you that plenty of girls or boys that you'd rather die than break up with them, in my humble opinion. Anyway, never mind. Okay. So, what is your knee unhappy? What's the nature of knee's unhappiness? See, you're American, and yet you talk like an Asian. So abstract. Unhappy. No. What are you unhappy about? What is this with you guys? Huh? We Asians understand, unhappy, okay. No, I'm American. What are you unhappy about, man? I mean, girl.
I'll try to be more American here. Hurts like hell. It when I cross, if I have it under, when I cross right over left, it's no problem at all.
Okay.
As soon as I try to put it over here, when I get to about this point, there's just a deep ache inside it and all around.
A deep ache?
Yeah. Kind of uncharacteristically deep. Yeah.
Very, very deep.
Yeah, weirdly enough, not at this exact moment.
How about right now? Is it hurting right now?
No.
See?
Yeah, it's...
I rest my case.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Hey.
Huh? Wait a minute. It's gone.
That was a lot easier to fix than an unhappy girlfriend, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I have no idea what happened. It's been hurting for like 2 weeks straight, and it's fine now.
Make up your mind. Is it hard to get rid of? Or is it easier to get rid of than a girlfriend? I just proved to you it's easier, isn't it?
Easier, yeah.
There you go. It's all in the mind.
Sure.
You decided it's easy. You decide it's hard. It's only when you have a girlfriend who decides for you, that's when it's very hard. Where have you been, huh? What is it with you guys? I mean, we only find weirdos to come in here. I mean, I thought that's how people live out there. Respect for our girlfriends. Ching, Okay, got that?
Got it.
Okay, Now, let's go back to the fact that assuming as a girlfriend, who's very hard to get rid of, what do you do then? You want to kill her? like our friend in Korea, should you kill her?
I'm not going to say that on mic, no.
So you wait for her to kill you.
Yeah.
Okay? So meaning what?
I would say,
Endure it?
yeah.
Yeah? Can I suggest endure it?
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
Until you can't take it anymore, then what do?
Then break up.
No, don't break. What is the matter with you?
That seems like the logical. Yeah.
No, it's not logical. This is for losers. We're tough. Yeah. Okay? If you run away from your problem, Koreans, listen to me. It's not just an American issue. It's a Korean issue too. If you have a problem, like a girlfriend, what this man has, and he can't take it anymore, he runs away. What happens? The problem does not get resolved, does it?
No.
So you must find a way to fix it, because if not, you find a next girlfriend, you're going to have the similar problem.
Yeah.
And chances are that you probably would be attracted to the same woman, same kind of girl. Probably worse.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay? Therefore, it is to your advantage, American guy, to learn to fix it. Yeah?
Yeah.
This is our spirit and our temple. We have a problem, we look at it, we find a way to fix it. We don't run away. Is it clear? That is called?
Practice.
Practice. Do we run away? No, we don't. Here's what we do. Never mind about the girlfriend, because it's too complicated. Okay? We don't have enough time to fix her problems. Okay? But let's talk about your knee.
Yeah.
Okay? And this is where you need to have someone to sort of watch over you and tutor you, to encourage you, because we have plenty of experience doing this. This practice here is what we have a lot of experience, a lot more experience than you realize. You have this problem here, like this gentleman in K-Land. He says, I'm doing something wrong. My practice is wrong. I feel hurting, and I feel like killing myself. You see, we calmly says, clarify it, okay? And says the same thing here. If your left knee is hurting, I just demonstrated to you. What pain? Right off the bat. Meaning what? I just proved to you I can fix your knee pain just like that. Yeah?
Yeah.
How?
Fixing this.
Because I've overcome your pains like yours already. Meaning that, so can you. I'm shorter than you. I have handicaps. You know, short people like us, we're unhappy. Never mind. But we don't run away. I just told you that what you're experiencing is not anything new to us. We all have pain in our knees, in our ankles, in our hips, in our back, and so forth. And we've been trained to overcome them eventually. And after you overcome them eventually, you get higher and higher to the point where you can be like me, who says, what pain? Not just only for ourselves, but also for you. There's no pain. I don't see any pain in you. Is there? None whatsoever. See? That's where you can go. This is what it's about, what this practice will bring you. So that's why you can have as many girlfriends harassing you as possible.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
See? Bring them on. We're fearless. Yes, 7.
Thank you, Master. We have a comment here from Samson Lau. I've also had this deep ache in my left knee for the past few weeks. It would really hurt when I begin to sit and then goes away after about 5 minutes. Then, when I unbuckle, I won't even be able to straighten my leg. I just ignored it and endured it, and over the past few days, this has started to go away. So, from my experience, I'd say endure.
1.
Sounds
See
good.
that?
Thank you.
That's what everyone is trained to do. That's practice. It's not words. You have to do something. Practice here on the slide 783 means that you are taught how to overcome your obstructions on this path. Like others have done before you. That's what practice means. Yes, 5 fingers. Ahong. Okay. 10 fingers.
Master, when you say we should have multiple girlfriends, does it mean it's okay for us to have multiple partners?
Multiple what?
Multiple partner as we can.
I was speaking in an abstract way, like the Chinese. Don't take me literally, please. Okay? If I say multiple part meanings, after one becomes not challenging enough, find someone more challenging. And if you want someone so challenging, hang on to her. And that's what you tell her. Challenge me. Be difficult. I don't know how you guys can live like this. Yes, here. Yes, 8.
Hello, Master. That's why I'm cracking. Master, I got 2 questions. One is Hans and I question somebody's question. When you're practicing, if you forgot, if you do more than 5 or less than 5, is it gonna be a big trouble? I told her it's okay, but I really don't know if it's okay.
It never happened to me, so I don't know how to answer you. You forget, then don't forget the next time. That time doesn't count. Why do you ask? If the instruction do it 5 times, do it 5 times.
But
why do you come to me, can I do 4? Can I do 3? Can I do 6? Can I do 7? It doesn't matter.
The girl said she just forgot sometimes, so
Then don't forget.
Okay.
What's the second question?
Second question. Maybe I should say the same thing. Master, I must be doing something wrong.
You must be doing something wrong. You are right.
Today, since the Dharma request, like 8:50, day 20, I have the phobia attack that haven't been happening to me. And it's like for the past hour until now, and I'm still getting it.
Okay. The phobia?
a pattern, so and it's right in front of me, and I don't know. I've been suffering that since the Dharma request until now, and it's still happening.
The phobia?
Yeah, I see the pattern as just a pattern, and I get really scared.
A what?
Phobia, like a patterns. Yeah.
What pattern?
Something in front of me.
And what does it look like?
White and black.
Okay, that's not Satan, okay? Is that like Ghostbusters? I mean,
It's that one. It is that one.
Okay, hey, lady.
So what do I do, Master? I have been suffering for one.
Is it still there?
I don't see it anymore.
Okay, so it's gone. I fixed it all for you already.
Master, it come up. What do I do? It come up. It would attack me, and I don't really get this attack for a while already.
You tell her, please take it off. Yeah, you have. Yeah. Or why don't you move to the other side, to the guy who has knee issues? And you guys out there think you have problems?
Master, I don't get it because I'm sitting in full lotus. I'm in the temple. In theory, I shouldn't be getting this kind of attack happening to me. In theory.
Who says? Whose theory is that?
But you said whenever we have problem, we sit in full lotus and it helps. And I have been suffering. And
Did I say when you sit in full lotus, you have a problem? You sit in full lotus, and did I say? And I said it helps, right?
Yes.
Did I say you can fix it?
But it wasn't helping me. I have been sitting and I have been suffering the whole time.
You're not sitting long enough.
Thank you, Master.
Yes, 7.
I think that's why we call practice. You just keep doing it, and keep doing it. You don't expect it to be happening at once.
Thank you. Did you hear that? I could not have said it better. Yes, JC.
아까 자신을 해치려고 한 적이 있냐는 질문에서 이제서야 생각이 났는데 이번 선칠 전에 제가 정말로 그 궁지에 몰렸을 때 펜을 들고 목을 찌르려고 한 적이 한 번 있었습니다. 근데 그때 뭔가가 몸이 안 움직여서 그냥 해프닝으로 끝난 적이 해프닝으로 끝나서 그냥 기억이 안 났는데 이제서야 생각나서 말씀드립니다. 펜을 들고 목을 찌르려고 한번 했었는데 그때 그 순간 몸이 팔이 안 움직여서 그냥 해프닝으로 끝났었습니다.
Master, I didn't answer before, but I just remember that before Chanchi, I hold a pen and I thinking about trying to poke with the pen. But my body didn't move, so I didn't do it.
Poke what?
With the pen.
Poke what?
Poke my body with the pen.
Which part of the body? Your nose?
네, 목의 옆부분이었습니다. 오른쪽.
The right side of my neck.
Right side of your neck. Why didn't you translate that? Everyone is showing it to me, but why didn't you translate that translator? Huh?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
How can you translate if you don't understand? Okay. They heard it, they understand. You didn't understand. Am I correct? The rest of you? Yes? Okay. Now, when you took the pen during the chanchi and you tried to poke your neck, how close were you to the neck?
근데 가까이 가지는 못하고 쫄보라가지고 좀 멀리 있었는데 그
He looked too
순간
happy. I don't believe he did it. You see, look at him. Could you believe him now? Huh? You think it's funny? Okay, young man, let me tell you. Let me give you a tip. Would you like a tip? Would everyone at JC like a tip? No? No? Okay, no. Okay, no problem. Forget it then. Let's move on. And you guys think that we can talk about the sutras and not be able to address your problem? All sutras are very practical. Okay? If Buddha teachings is for you to improve your life and take better care of yourselves. Okay? Let me explain to you. To the gentleman who's trying to poke his neck. Okay? Okay. Look to your right. Don't look to your left. Okay? Lady to your right has been with me for years now. And for years, she keeps on telling me that I'm unhappy, I'm depressed, I have all these issues. Okay? And look at her now. She looks like Buddha. No? Look how peaceful she looks. Ask her, ask that lady, do you feel peaceful? Ask her. Give her the phone for her to say, to give the answer. Do you feel peaceful? Say yes, don't say no.
Yes, Master.
See, thank you. See, I rest my case. You can't tell from looking at her, huh? The reason I could tell is from the other angle. When he was talking and everyone else looked so concerned and afflicted, she was like, okay. If you don't believe me, go back to the tape and you see that she was perfectly calm the whole time. When everyone was so worked up about him trying to kill himself and others trying to kill him, she was okay. See that? She's still that way right now. She's like, yeah, so? See that? Look at that facial expression. So? See that? My friends, I'm not talking about strange things. I'm talking about real people around you. She used to be like you, and look at where she is today. How? Because of practice. You endure. You endure those thoughts, okay? And you've been doing it right this whole time, okay? Endure. It's very much like Ukraine. They're out of ammunition. The ghosts are like the Ukrainians. They have no more bullets to shoot at you. That's all. If we endure, they eventually will run out of bullets. Nothing else they can do to you. That's one aspect of it. That's called practice. So you see, in Buddhism, Buddha's disciples had been drilled to practice at all different kinds of levels. Your level, that lady's next to you's level, my level, everyone. And that's throughout all the Buddhist teachings. All the Buddhist teaching, whether it's Agama, whether whatever period you want to call it, it always has eventually for you to encourage you to contemplate and to practice. And we teach you how to do both at our temples. Anyone else has questions or comments? And you see, you heard of Samson Lau, a Cantonese person, another Asian just like you. I sound racist, don't I? And who went through it as recent as a few days ago, a few weeks ago. He says his experience, his lesson has been endure. That is called practice. And it goes very far, my friends. Okay? In Buddhism, let me go back to slide 783. In Buddhism, the Buddha first tells you about his vision, his knowledge. He says, in order for you to have it, you must be taught how to contemplate and how to practice. Throughout all the Buddhist teachings, everywhere, we're being drilled to do that. And guess what? You've been trained to do that. This lady to your right has been trained to do that. Lady to your left has been trained to do that. Lady behind your back, behind you, is trained to do that. We all are trained to do that. Okay? Did I mention anywhere? Okay, we explained to you various sutras. We give you Dharma talks, give you Chan talks, give you Pure Land talks. We teach you mantras. All those, okay, are geared towards teaching you how to contemplate and how to practice. Everywhere. All right? Questions? So that's why Master Jingyang here says, for this Korean monk to advocate this kind of division and classification into the various types, his wisdom is too narrow. Okay? It's unpractical. It's because he failed to understand the Buddhist contemplation and practices taught by the Bodhisattvas. Questions and comments. So that's why Master Jingyang says, strike this kind of thinking. It's erroneous. Okay? So now the second group of people who advocated classifying the Buddhist teaching into 5 is the most important one is Master Xian Shou. So 784, 2, the 5 teachings established by Xian Shou, which will be known when they are reached.
2. 贤首所立五教，治下当知。
785, he says, this group here is actually from a great sage, Master Xian Shou, also by the name of Fa Zhang. Okay, and we'll be starting to elaborate next. Any questions? (786). The second explanation of the Western region, constituting the present two schools of the nature and of marks, originating from that direction, therefore said to be of the Western region.
第二，述西域者，即今性相二宗，原出彼方，故名西域。
Okay, 787. Western region refers to India because India is to the west of China. Okay, the Chinese believe that China is the center of the universe, and the west of China is India. Okay. And so that's why India is called Western region. Okay, and it's funny how the Chinese look at India. They don't call it India; they call it Western region. And for that Western region, for us nowadays, from hindsight, we look at Mahayana as Indian Mahayana versus Chinese Mahayana, which is now becoming American Mahayana. That's a migration there. Okay. From west to east, back to west. Are we to the west of China or east? I don't know. Okay. So the point here is that from the Indians, Buddhism, there were two major schools: the schools of the nature and the school of Dharma marks. Okay, those are the very important teachings from the Indian Buddhism. Okay, for your reference. Okay, Mahayana has to be either from India or from China, nowhere else. The Mahayana schools of Buddhism have to be originated from India, which is in the form of Sanskrit as a language, or in China, which is Chinese language. Now we have, it is imperative upon us to now have Mahayana in English. Okay, and therefore, this particular text here, we're learning about, it give you a general idea of the different types of Buddhism that's out there, that's available. Indian Buddhism has two major schools, according to Master Jing Liang, and Chinese Buddhism has other schools. All right? And so he says, in India, okay, 788, he elaborates. That is, in the Nalanda temple, there were simultaneously two greatly virtuous ones, the one named Precept Worthy and the other named Wisdom Light.
为那烂陀寺，同时有二大德，一名戒贤，二名智光。
Okay, 789. He says, in India, there used to be a temple called Nalanda. Okay, Nalanda is Sanskrit for indefatigable giving, meaning that very Buddhist Mahayana concept, indefatigable, meaning that we never get tired. Okay, that's a Mahayana spirit. What are we not tired of? Of giving. Also a fundamental Mahayana concept. Okay, so that university, that temple there is very, very, very important because that's where there were two great monks by the name Precept-worthy and Wisdom Light. Why they're big? Because they are the advocates of the two schools, Dharma Mark School and Dharma Nature School. Okay, so it's very fascinating that in India they found two great monks under the same roof, advocating two different schools. Okay, that's something we should learn. Okay, can you embrace each other even though there are different approaches, different beliefs? If you have wisdom, you can. If you don't have wisdom, you reject the others. You always say, I'm right and you're wrong. Whereas in Nalanda, okay, they were able to coexist. And that's how great wisdom manifests itself. Anyone who advocates rejecting the other, ostracizing the other, has no wisdom. That's what you should be learning from the Indians right here in this slide. And these two schools are so influential, and that's Indian Mahayana wisdom. Right? Next, 790. Okay, and these are names I like dropping names for you to be exposed to these concepts. Okay, don't try to understand, you will run to them yourself. Okay, later in the future. 790, Dharma Nature School or Yogacara or Consciousness Only School. Okay, 为识宗. Okay, and Dharma Mark School or 法相宗. Okay, excuse me. And those are the two major schools in Indian Mahayana. They're very useful for us. Okay? So these are important concepts you should know for your reference. Okay? And so this is what happened. Those two schools were the establishment for Mahayana. That's if you wanted to learn Mahayana in India, you have to choose or go to these two schools. So Master Xuanjiang, who was a Chinese who went to India to pick up my Indian Mahayana to bring back to China. Okay? What did he do? He says, instead of bringing back only scrolls of the text, I better understand and learn more about Indian Buddhism. Okay, so he chose first Dharma Nature School. That sounds pretty good, right? Dharma Nature. It sounds so important. Okay, and according to Master YongHua, it says Dharma Nature School actually originated from Nagarjuna, dragon tree. Okay, and so Master Xuanjiang was intent upon studying from a Dharma Nature School. He chose the Dharma Nature School. All right, and 791, and he met this condition were that he met this monk at the Dharma Nature School at Nalanda Temple. He says, you should take drugs. Okay, and this is some sort of hallucination will bring you in this form of hallucination, but also not just only that, but also can give you some kind of immortality. Okay, so for example, if you take the drug at your current age, you be like that until forever. Okay, very much like the Taoist practice, where you don't age. Okay, it's funny here with this kind of drugs here. If in some cases, if you are successful, you will never die. And today, one of my disciples said, Master, now that you have a Chan handbook in Korean that has a photo of you, you should consider getting facials because your skin looks so bad. And I said, you mean Korean plastic surgery? He says, something like that. But now tonight I'm learning that I could take this Dharma nature school drug. Only problem, very much like this Dharma nature school drug as well as Korean plastic surgery, is that it's not 100% guaranteed success. If you stretch your skin, sometimes you look at the celebrities, you very often, at least like a third of the time, I look at celebrities after photos. It's not the same person anymore. Okay, so that's exactly the similar situation in Master Fa Zhang, Xuan Zhang. He says, if I take this drug here, if I take the drugs and after all this, I still die, then I will not be able to learn this thing, therefore defeats the purpose. So this approach is wrong. It's not guaranteed success. And that's Mahayana. Okay? Mahayana is that you have a problem. Mahayana must have solutions. You cannot say that you have this problem, take this drug, it will fix it. It's not Mahayana. Okay? So therefore, we're not criticizing Dharma Nature School. Master Xuan Zhang condition was that he met this particular monk who advocated that. Okay? And Master Xuan Zhang had blessings. He said, no, I will not go for it. So far, so good. Okay? Because that's wrong. That's not Mahayana spirit. So 792. So he says, this is not something I want to do. So that's why he studied the Dharma Mark School. Okay, so that's how he came. That's how he came. The story here is that Xuan Zhang, he chose the right path. Okay, he learned the Dharma Mark School, and that's what we should be grateful for. This great monk, because he learned from the Indians, brought the Mahayana, Indian Mahayana back to India, to China, and then which then gave us a chance to have it transmitted to America nowadays. All right? And also, in further name dropping for your reference, there's also Dharma Master Fa Zhang, which is actually Great Master Xian Shou, who studied Mahayana, okay, as a Chinese, but then he was able to meet with an Indian Dharma master who was translating sutras, and that Indian monk helped answer a lot of questions in Master Xian Shou, Master Fa Zhang, same monk, and therefore he he felt that what he learned from that Indian monk was tremendously helpful, and that's why he says, that's why Master Xianshou says, the basis of my learning is valid. Okay, notice here, just as God said, notice here, there's no name as to which Indian Dharma master Master Xianshou learned from. Okay, and it tells you that Master Xianshou received help from a bodhisattva who came and address and clarify a lot of Master Xianshou's obscure things that are unclear in his mind. And that's how Master Xianshou developed his wisdom. Okay, so you see the stories you can tell that these monks are being watched over, being guided by those above them. Believe, okay? Because that's what happens to all of us. We are being helped. We all being watched over and helped. Okay? Stick to Mahayana and you can go very, very far. All right? Because this is slide 794. This is called transmission. Transmission of Buddhist wisdom. Okay? And so there is in Mahayana, this is belief that the people who open the wisdom, to become enlightened, open the wisdom, and they reach the level where they have enough wisdom to teach. Okay? Then they take it upon themselves to help the others open the wisdom. And this is a standard in Mahayana, by the way. More so than Hinayana. Mahayana, okay, there's enlightenment has basically, let me simplify it for you, has two groups. The group who are enlightened, meaning they can be taught. And the groups who are teachers. Okay, so Master Xianshou, for him to be able to become a teacher, need to be taught how to be a teacher. And that's what happened to him in a prior slide. An Indian master came and then did a translation for him, and then explained to him, answer a lot of questions, okay, for Master Xianshou. That's why Master Xianshou says, I have no more doubts about Buddha Dharma. All right? I'm giving you details here because Master YongHua here in 794, he says this is the edition where you see transmission, it has a good foundation. Actually, I may tell what's really happening is that as I explained to you, okay, are you teacher caliber? If you're teacher caliber, then you will move to this group here where actually you'll be trained to be a great teacher, like Master YongHua. And their jobs, like people like Master YongHua or Bodhidharma and so forth, and the 6 patriarchs, their jobs, those patriarchs, their jobs really is to make sure that the Dharma is passed on to the next generation before they can leave. Bodhidharma could not leave China until he found Great Master Huike, and he transmitted his Chan knowledge to Huike. All right? That's what happened. So this is very important for you to understand. Where is your foundation? Your foundation, the best foundation possible is Mahayana foundation. That's what this slide means. Seek out the proper foundation. If you have a weak foundation, you cannot go that far. Master Hsien-so, as was explained here earlier, he had to be taught by a Mahasattva or Buddha in order for him to have the proper foundation to explain the Avatamsaka Sutra. Okay, later that Master Hsien-so Fazang founded the Flower Adornment School. Okay, and certain Dharma Master, Divakara and Light of Day and so forth, okay, which was there for the purpose, express purpose of teaching Master Fazang, okay, and after Master Fazang, Master Jingliang, who wrote this prologue, was Master Fazang's successor, okay. All right, so this is the lineage of these schools. They're made up of great masters, okay? And the great masters in the form of their work, not their titles. Back then, it's easier for the Chinese to have a flower adornment school, Huayan Zong, okay? Flower adornment school, because back then they have the blessings to have the clarity. Okay, in this our Dharma ending age, we don't have such blessings anymore. Okay, so so you look at Master Hsien-Hua, even though he's way young, even though he's a secret school and so forth, he spent a lot of time giving us the sutra teachings in great depth, okay? And that's the job of a great patriarch. So you look at the patriarch as a responsibility, and not all patriarchs are the same. But look at Master Hsien-Hua, is that he taught the wealth of sutras, okay? And also trained a lot of competent disciples. That's a real patriarch. Compared, for example, to Master Xu Yun, who did he train? Master Hsien-Hua did not receive training from Master Xu Yun. Okay? Therefore, in my book, Master Xu Yun is not a great patriarch. The patriarchs, they're also great patriarchs. I want to point it out to you because you have a treasure trove of teachings from the great patriarchs. Learn from them. Don't worry about the other patriarchs. Okay? That's what we're doing. We're learning from Master Jingliang, who is a great patriarch, who's actually has tremendous scholarly knowledge about Buddhism. So that's why this prologue here, maybe it seems to be more abstract and more scholarly than we want to, but it's a great opportunity for us to have a survey of Chinese Buddhism. Okay? All right. Questions and comments? Well, if not, the next time we'll continue from slide 796. Thank you, everyone.